So today we'll be learning how to handle errors in anything by setting up an error workflow. So if you don't know what an error workflow is or how to set up one, you don't want to miss this. Let's hop right into the video. Now, right off the bat, this is actually a simple Telegram bot, and let's just test it by interacting with it. So if I say hi and I send that off, now you can see, the bot has responded to me, everything is working out fine. But when you're building or when you're working with clients, building projects, at some point or the other, errors are bound to occur. And it just makes sense and it makes you look more professional when you're on top of issues that pop up. That's just the way life is too, right? Because things would always go downhill, things would always go south at some point or the other. But the ability to respond well and respond fast, just tells the difference between those that are here and those that are here. So yeah, let me try and trigger an error now. So if I go back to the workflow, this is the workflow, where we receive the Telegram trigger, the AI agent processes it and sends a response back. And yeah, let's set up our error workflow. Now, mind you, this workflow is already live, right? This workflow has been published already. So let's set up our error workflow. Now, what I want to do is to actually, okay, let me give it a name. So let's say an error handler. And then first thing we want to do is to actually, find an error trigger. We can't have an error workflow without an error trigger, triggering the workflow. Now, I can actually also still test it, with a test data. So this is just to give us an idea of what the error message will look like. But let's do one live, right? So we can have access to more information. So now one thing you want to actually do when setting up an error workflow is you want to come here and publish it. Now, for this to make more sense, this is without me publishing. Let's go back to the Telegram trigger so you can see the difference. Now, mind you, again, I've not published my error workflow. So if I come here, now what you want to do is this. So if you want to be able to, be notified when this workflow has an error, right? So the workflow you are watching and probably you're monitoring the workflow for an error. If you want to be notified when that workflow has an error, what you want to do is actually come to here under these three dots here, click on the settings, you're finding settings, and then you actually want to indicate, you can see your error workflow. This means is that whenever your index workflow has an error, you have to choose which workflow you want to actually be triggered. So you can see I have an error, my error handler trigger here, right? My error handler workflow instead. But you can see I cannot select it. I can't select it. And if I just show you the pop-up message that's coming here, it must be published before using. So this is what I was explaining earlier, where you have to actually activate your error workflow for you to be able to select it. So if I just go back to the actual error workflow or error handler workflow, now I need to actually activate it. What do I mean? I just need to publish. Now once I publish, now I'll be able to select it. So I go back to my Telegram workflow. Again, you're coming under settings, and now I should be able to, yeah, you can see now I can select my error handler workflow, and then you click on save. Now what this means is that whenever this workflow has an error, the error workflow that I just created is going to be triggered, which is what I want. And then I can choose to, define how I want to actually handle the workflow logic. So what do I mean by that? All right. So you can see here, I did a simple database where I want to be notified of the time, the workflow that has the error, the node that has been errored, a link to the actual workflow so that I can actually click on it and then it takes me straight to the workflow and the actual error message. Now, this is my workflow logic where, okay, so whenever there's an error, I want the error to be logged in the database and I want it notified in, let's say, my email. So that's what I need to do, two things. So log the error in the database and be notified in my email, which is what I'm going to create here. Now, the very first thing is to actually find my Google Sheet. So if I do this, so I want to actually append row in Sheets. That's what I want to do. And then I need to create a credential. Creating a credential is what allows anything to be able to communicate or interact with Google Sheets. So it's as simple as just signing this in. All right. Now anything has been connected to my Google Sheets, and then I should be able to find my actual sheet. So you can see this is the error logs, and then I select the actual sheet I want, and now we have this. Now, one thing to also do here is to actually, I need to publish, which I've done here. So I've published this. Now I can send and I can trigger an error in my index workflow, right? The workflow I'm watching, I'm monitoring for. Let me try and trigger an error there so that I can receive a notification in my error trigger. So let me disconnect the actual brain of the AI agent. The AI agent is without a brain now. And if I save, and let's see. So if I say hi again, this should not work. So now it didn't work. And why? We know it's because we've not connected our actual AI agent's brain. So if I go under the executions, you'll see we have an error. Now, if everything works fine, this error should actually trigger my error workflow. So if I go back to my error handler workflow now, and we come under executions. Okay, so we have this. Now, what's this telling us? This telling us that I can see now the error workflow has actually been triggered, right? You can see we have, so if I go under the table view, you can, so this is the workflow name, Telegram chatbot, the ID. You can see, okay, the actual error message. Yeah. So all I need to then do is to just populate all of this information into my Google Sheets. Now, if you're asking why this error, though, why is this showing the red? It's because I've not yet mapped my variables. So what do I mean by mapping variables? All I need to just do is this. So I switch to, okay. So this function allows us to pull the current date and time, which is what the dollar sign now is for. And then I just need to map these other variables here. So the workflow name, I'm looking for my workflow name. Okay. So this is the workflow name. And then the actual error nodes. That's the last node executed, the AI agents. And then the URL. Can see. So I map the URL also. And then we have the error message. Alright, so this is the actual error message. And now if I execute this, alright, so you can see, okay, let me refresh. Okay, now you can see this is the error message that's actually been logged into my Google Sheets. Now the next thing is actually, send a notification on to my email so that whenever there's an error, I can be notified. So all I need to then do is come back here. Okay, so search for Gmail. The option I want to send a message. So I put in the email that I'm trying to watch out for or to send the error message to. Okay. And of course, you can totally customize this however you want, right? So let me say subject is um urgent. Okay. Let me see. Urgent attention. Sounds to be text. So let me zoom this out. Let me enlarge this. Alright, so and again, this is totally up to you. You can choose to customize your error message however you see fit. So you can say workflow name. error node, can say error message, my workflow link. Alright, I then need to do source map. So this is the error, the workflow link. This is the error node. This is the error message. And then the last one is the workflow name. Okay. So if I execute this, now if I go back to my email, I should actually receive. Okay. So now you can see this is the error message that actually sent myself from anything. So I mean, just an overview. What's happening is this. Now we have an error workflow that helps us monitor our different workflows. Now an important point to note here is that you can actually connect more than one workflow to an error workflow. So let's say you want to be notified whenever about 5 workflows have an error. All you need to do is to just come to those workflows, right, that you're monitoring. So let's say I have different workflows. One is the Telegram chatbots, and you repeat the same process we did here, where you just select the error workflow. You come back to here, go under settings, and then you select the error handler workflow, or whatever name you choose to name yours as. And you can do that for about a lot of workflows where all the workflows, the error from them are being sent to one single workflow, right? Which is the error workflow. So you can do that. So again, just an overview is this. So we have an actual workflow which is functioning, but we want to be notified of that if there's an error in that workflow. So that is what this tutorial is about, where we are notified and then the errors are being logged in a database. So yeah, I hope this helps, and yeah, try it out. Let me know. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. Till next time, bye.